Hey, my name is Marcel and I'm here presenting the Leo Mercury aspect for the month of August. So we have Mercury entering into Leo on the 4th of August all the way through until the 19th of August. And this is quite a big mood change from where it's been for the last few months, experiencing its retrograde in Cancer. And Cancer is a cardinal sign, so it's a water sign, and it's because it's cardinal, and cardinal would be Libra, Aries, Capricorn and Cancer. Because it's cardinal, it's been up against the Mars in Aries square, as well as the Pluto and Saturn conjunction that's been happening in Capricorn. So July was a very, very intense month. As far as the three peaks go of intensity over this year, the one was in January, the next one was in July, and then the third one is in September. So this is just where we have these cardinal crushes, where we are in this square and it's very, very intense. It's a lot of pressure. So the nice thing about Mercury in Leo is that it's moving away from that intensity, and it's much lighter, it's much more playful. So the Sun is the center of the solar system. It rules center stage, and and of course it rules Leo. So with Leo in Mercury, it really wants to shine. It really wants center stage. The sign of Leo is a lot to do with creativity and expression. It's very flamboyant, it's very playful. It rules the 5th house of children. And so with Mercury there, it's our logical intelligence, and when it communicates, it wants to be acknowledged and recognized. It wants to be center stage. It communicates much more creatively and expressively. So I would like to talk a little bit about that transition from Mercury in Cancer to Mercury in Leo, just because it allows us to understand what we've just come through and where we're going. So with the Mercury in Cancer, it's a water sign, and because there's so much wetness around it, especially with all those cardinal squares that were happening near the later end of Mercury in Cancer, we experienced a lot of emotional confusion. And with all that wetness and emotional confusion, it takes away a layer or two of our logic and our reasoning. It adds more of an emotionalness to the equation. So now that we're moving from that into a sun sign, into Leo, there's more fire, which dries out all that emotion, and it allows us to think more clearly and rationally and logically, more specificity, more specific. So that thinking has definitely lightened up a lot, and we're much more independent and focused on where we're taking ourselves next. It's very much about where am I going creatively, how am I expressing that, what are my thoughts around it. So we do have a few interesting aspects coming up over this month that are shaping how it is that we experience Mercury in Leo. And the first one is on the 10th. It's Mercury in a square to Uranus. So Uranus is in Taurus, which is an earth sign. So it's got quite a grounding element to it. Because it's Uranus as well, it's also got a disruptive element to it. But it does ground this boisterous flamboyance of Mercury in Leo. It grounds it a little bit more, because Mercury in Leo can get out of hand. It can have excessive pride and self-indulgence. And so that's a challenge for us with this Mercury in Leo, to find a balance with that. But with regards to the Uranus in Taurus squaring Mercury in Leo, Uranus is all about shock, and it's about change. It wants radical truth. It wants our minds to go through a upgrade, a change. And wherever it is that our minds are thinking creatively, or wanting to expand, or wanting to express itself, wherever it is that we're stuck around that'll experience some kind of shaking. So it can be unsettling, it can be disruptive, but it's also about waking up those parts of the mind that are needing to get out there and express itself, or to see itself, its confidence, in a clearer way. So do expect some potential disruption then. It may be pleasant, it may be shocking. You never know what comes with Uranus. It just brings this sweep of change with it. Okay, so then on the 16th we have Mercury coming into a conjunction with the Sun, the 16th and the 17th. So this is a very, very beautiful aspect, and I feel like it's preparing us for what's to come for September. Mercury in a conjunction with the Sun, both in Leo, is in a trine to Mars. So this is very productive, it's very constructive, it's very much about aligning our heart's intentions with our minds. Where is it that we're wanting to take ourselves? And what's special about this as well is that we have a cazimi, and a cazimi happens when the planet comes into tight contact, into tight conjunction with the Sun, and it becomes combust. So this is where the power and the fire of the Sun burns out the energy of that planet, which in this case is Mercury. And so what it's doing is it's potentially burning away old thoughts and clearing away old way of seeing or thinking or communicating for a new start. And then of course right after that, the very next day, we have the new moon in Leo, and also a very beautiful a beautiful moon. So again, preparing us for what's to come, getting us clear with our thinking, and as we lead into September. So straight after the new moon, we have Mercury on the 19th moving into Virgo, and that is, we'll discuss that next month, but for now just know that Mercury moving into Virgo is moving into an earth sign, so it's much more logical and practical and grounded, and it's preparing us for this September intensity. So again, with this Mercury in Leo, the questions that you can ask yourself are, how is it that I am not communicating my truth? How is it that I'm not expressing my creativity and revealing my passion and my individuality to the world? It's all about individuality. It's all about creativity and passion and the expression of that, and the thinking around that. It's much more interactive this time, especially with the Sun in Leo as well, and the new moon. So, I think having Mercury leaving the cardinal waters of Cancer, it's much lighter, because as I mentioned, we don't have all that cardinal crush at the end of the Cancer signs that are in a square to the Pluto-Saturn conjunction, as well as Mars. So that lightens things up a lot, and it's much more pleasant. So yeah, I've actually put together a spread for us to do so that we can get a sense of what's happening for the collective with regards to this Mercury in Leo. And when I create a spread, I consider the themes around what that aspect or what that sign, that house represents. So the spread allows us to pick cards and decide how it is that we can meet the challenges or the expression of that planet and house. So I've shuffled the cards, I've laid them out, and we're going to do a tarot spread for Mercury in Leo for the collective, right? So the first card is, where is my thinking asking for change? And this is for Mercury in Leo for the collective. Where is my thinking asking for change? Okay, we've got the King of Cups. I will explain everything once I've laid all the cards out. So the next card is, how can I creatively express myself better? And we've got the Page of Wands. The third one is, what am I needing to express or release? All right. What would bring confidence to my mind? And what is Mercury in Leo asking of me? Okay, all right. So we've got a lot of fire here. We've got a lot of initiation, a lot of creativity, which is, the Sun is fire, and Mercury which is an air sign, is in Leo, which is a fire sign. So how can we bring change to fire in a fiery way? So with regards to where is my thinking asking for change, we've got the King of Cups. And the King of Cups has mastered his emotions. He's mastered his emotions in such a way that he doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve. He's been through an arduous journey of meeting his emotions, and as a result, he is mature when it comes to his decision making. So where is my thinking asking for change? It's about exploring how it is that you allow your emotions to run your world. So this is for us as the collective. Can we consider how it is that we get so involved with our emotions that it distorts our thinking? And so the challenge for us is to shift how it is that we meet our emotions. So instead of getting swept away by them because we're wearing them on our sleeves, stop, pause, and catch the fact that you're getting drowned away by your emotions, and return back to seeing a bigger picture. All right, the next question is, how can I creatively express myself better? And what we have here is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands it's a potential new creative project. And it's also it's a new innovative way of approaching your creativity. So the Page of Wands is someone that's innocent and playful and trusting, and very much a spark, very much an initiator. So how can I creatively express myself better? I'm getting the sense that for us it's around those creative projects that we've thought about but never got around to doing. It's following your gut around that. So for instance, for me, I do tarot readings, and with the tarot readings I was seeing these readings happening on YouTube. I'd always done tarot readings, I was always very good at it, and I just had this idea, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. And it was something that I sat with for a while, and then one day I decided to take action. So that's what it's about. Like, there's that little something in your life that you've thought, I want to do, and it's about following that, because it'll allow for some kind of creative expression that will be good for you. What am I needing to express or release? Okay, so what we have here is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is someone who has been on an intense journey, and they've been through all kinds of trials and tribulations and hardships, and they're in a place of defense as a result of it. But they're still standing strong, and they're ready for the next attack, so to speak. So with regards to this question, I'm feeling that this is about release. It's about releasing the struggles that we've been through over the last few months. It's about creating a fresh start. It's about dropping defenses, and it's about, and this is all to do with the mind, it's our perception of our reality. And at the end of the day, this, Mercury and Leo is about confidence and individuality. And if we're holding on to old wounds from the past, it's very hard to step into something fresh and confident and new, because we've got these fears or these burdens from the past still holding on to us. So I feel like this card is asking us to really become aware of letting go of wherever it is that you may potentially be inhibiting yourself from arriving at this moment fresh and with confidence, because you're still holding on to wounds or triggers from the past. Okay, so the fourth question is, what would bring confidence to my mind? Okay, and I've got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is impulsive and fiery, creative and carefree, dynamic, charismatic. So it's about taking the analysis out of the equation and just charging in, just going for it. So for those of you who naturally do that already, great. But for those who struggle to enter into situations and actually stand out, it's about putting yourself out there and going ahead and expressing without analyzing or thinking about it. So it's taking the mercurial, the mind logical aspect out of the equation, and bringing more impulsiveness and fieriness into the equation. So it's not about thinking things through so much. It's about just diving in and allowing yourself to express yourself. And then the last card is, what is Mercury in Leo asking of me? And yeah, it's quite a heavy card. I've got the 10 of Swords, and this is someone that's literally pinned down to the ground, and it's game over for them. And I guess Mercury in Leo is saying, okay, so the damage has been done from the past, whatever it is that you've survived up until this point that has been really intense for you, possibly scary, possibly painful. It's done. Okay, let's put it behind us and start over, a fresh start. And just allow yourself this space over this month of August to experience new, fresh, playful and fun and creative, and just let the intensity of the past melt away and start over with a clean slate. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope that shed some light for you. I'm the Tarot Muse. I do offer tarot readings, so if you're interested in a reading, you can contact me through the description box. My details are there. It's also really important to go into the Astro Matrix app to get a sense of where Mercury in Leo lies for you, which house it lies in, because this will allow you to get a sense of the area that you're working with, what theme it is that you're meeting with Mercury in Leo. If you have questions, please leave them in the questions box. Otherwise, keep your eyes posted on more videos coming up over the next few weeks. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.